Hey everyone, here's the latest incarnation of overly long vlogs from some guy who isn't interesting. I had gone to Georgia recently, about a month ago, so that I could, hit up Air Force One because that's what you're supposed to do. And then I was like, look, we're going to be rained out for Six Flags over Georgia, but let's just try anyway. And here's us walking the whole way from our hotel. And oh, by the way, if you don't care about my life, and I don't blame you, just skip forward like 10 minutes and you'll be in the park and not listening to my rambling about my life. Anyway, thanks. All right, so because I know Gen Z has like no patience for anything, so there you go. So here's Saturday. So Friday night, if you saw my Air Force One episode where I blabbered about that roller coaster in that park, that was Friday night, and here comes Saturday morning. You see where we're walking from? That parking lot of that hotel is actually less of a walk than over Georgia's actual fucking parking lot. So I'm not telling y'all to be parking where you shouldn't be parking, but that was a pretty convenient hotel to be in, even though it was not a very great hotel. This can of Monster will me up in the shit. All right, so we're walking toward there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it because I don't know how to, narrate things properly. Look at this, just. This park wasn't open and we had no idea. We were walking in, it's like there's a suspicious amount of not cars here. I'm like, I think we're about to get fucked. So we're just getting completely rained on with no positive future ahead for us. Well, what happened after that is because we decided, well, fuck it. Look, I have a job on Sunday that I'm just gonna tell him I can't make it because I have a family member who needs me. I don't remember what lie I told them. But so I canceled the plans where I needed to be back in New Orleans for Sunday night. So yeah, fuck that $20 parking. I'm fucking up the street. I paid $0, bitch. Drinking my Monster. Anyway, the fuck was I talking about? Anyway, so we decided to just after this go to downtown Atlanta and just be rained on there instead of here. And it was actually a really great day because my friend doesn't really travel much, but, and we wanted to just do something different. And we went to some Persian food place and then some place called, all these places have the most goddamn pretentious names ever, by the way. Like, they all have like one word names and they're just, the place that we got beer in was called Pour. Like, just, that's the whole name, Pour. And in there, it was like near this fucking upscale residential student housing thing, and the place, the complex was called Here, with a dot at the end of it, like a sentence. Here. Pretentious, fucking terrible shit. Atlanta is littered with that bullshit. Anyway, so we were in Pour, and I mentioned this in a previous, in my little top 228 video, which has like 5,000 views already. I can't believe how efficient it is to just rank things and people click it. Well, I brought it up. So my ex-girlfriend who lived in Louisiana before, we were in Pour on the 3rd floor because it gets like casually cooler as you go up floors in Atlanta places, like who'da thunk. And we were on like beer number 3 or 4, and here she comes in with her now husband, and I'm like, look, because I traveled with her for coaster shit before too, so we weren't exactly on bad terms, but it was just like just a drama that was just possible with me acknowledging her, so we bolted the fuck out. And I don't know if that's me being like a wuss or, it's just, I just did not want such a pleasant trip to be ruined by that. And she was probably going to be pleasant actually, and I'm just a cunt. I'm just a bad person. But anyway, there's Twisted Cyclone, which we definitely did not ride today. I think what I'm doing as I'm walking toward this park, like slowly realizing that I'm fucked, I pull out my phone. So I think I'm like two-handing it, and I check Six Flags Over Georgia's Facebook because I don't know where else to check. And they confirm my suspicions that the park, due to inclement weather and customer safety or what kind of PR nonsense, whatever they said, that, yep, Six Flags Over Georgia ain't opening today. This is the hotel. I don't know why I filmed this. That's a nasty ass abandoned pool, and look, like I just trapped myself out and I have to ask my friend to help me back in. Why did I record this shit? Whatever, dude. I'm just an asshole. So after we went to Pour, we got some hookah bullshit, and that was a nice Saturday. So I believe that now it is Sunday. Look at that perfect closure. You see how it's now pretty? So here's take 2, Electric Boogaloo. We clocked out of our hotel. We signed out of our hotel, but just left the car there and just, I'm sure gonna do this entire walk with me again because I'm a professional man. Anyway, we did get to actually enjoy the park. And Easter Sunday, by the way, Easter Sunday is now something I'm adding to my repertoire of times to go to amusement parks, but only in the first half of the day. So we are about to like walk on to all of the shit, like no waiting at all for really anything. And by the time we did the full lap around the park and got one ride on everything, except Georgia Scorcher, we just didn't ride that stand-up nonsense. We did everything else. By the time we got the Twisted Cyclone, it was like advertised 50 minutes. That looks like dude, people are gonna be fucking their cars up driving on that road. They need better infrastructure in Atlanta. Anyway, by the time we got around the park and we were there for 4 hours, because we really did need to drive home to New Orleans that day, it was the crowd started coming in. So I think the way that Easter Sunday works is that everyone like has their meals with their families, and then when they get sick of their families, they then go to an amusement park. So just show up early and get all your credits, and then bolt the fuck out, and then go somewhere that has no crowds, like Fun Spot Atlanta afterward, and you've got yourself a solid guestless day at an amusement park, which is what we always want, right? Like, an ideal amusement park is when nobody but staff and you are there. I mean, let's be selfish about it. Who wants to wait in lines for anything? That's stupid shit. Look at these guys like flagging, hey, we got some affordable $20 parking for you motherfuckers, when I just paid $0. And I will permanently pay $0 now that I know about that hotel. I forgot what it's called. It's not a great hotel either. I definitely don't recommend it. But like, I mean, I don't think any of these hotels are good, because I got a hotel, if you turn left at this intersection and go forward a little bit, and like there's some convenience store, some shit like that. There's another hotel where it was definitely a hotel where people, men who want to have sex with others, they go there. Like, put it that way. I mean, I showed up and I heard pounding on the room next to me. Why am I talking about that? It's look, you take it for what it is, I guess. So for the second, Jesus, give me a sec. I need to drink this energy drink before it gets warm, because warm Monster tastes like fucking shit. And actually, I'm drinking Monster Zero Sugar, the green one. It's not the blue low carb one, which I've been drinking forever. This is pretty good. It's like the way that Coke Zero is for Coke, where it's just the same exact flavor but less syrupy. That's what this is. I actually can fucking vouch for it. Quite good, Monster. Well done. And I'm gonna take a marijuana break while you read this advisory. Like, that's, you know, pretend that that's me reading it. Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh, as I smoke weed, there it is. Fuck. Fuck. Sorry. Gross. Oh man. Stop coughing, bitch. Stop. Water. Anyway, so here's what we do. Because was I high in this park? You bet your goddamn ass I was high. But I'm not. No profanity. Fuck. I don't listen to all that. Shit. All right, so. All right, recalibrate my brain real quick. I just bring gummies, Delta 9 gummies. I'm on 2 of those shits right now, and in fact, I took it like an hour ago, and it's building up, so I'm getting higher as this video progresses, and please tolerate that. And this is not me like advocating that, you know, you become a stoner like me or whatever, but I mean, it makes amusement park so much better. Oh, that transition was veteran shit for a channel that absolutely does not do well with, you know, editing, narration, any of that. I'm proud of that moment. Fuck yeah. Dude, I hope that this video is a little less abrasive. This is your funnel cake. What even is that? This is your candy apple. What kind of marketing is this? What's the next one? This is your superhero moment. This is your lame advertising, Six Flags. As someone with an advertising degree, this fucking sucks and I hate this shit. But what do you expect from the Walmart of amusement parks of this chain? I mean, that's what Six Flags is, and I mean, I'm sure we're going to be advertised candy in just a second on some thing right next to a coaster like Snickers the Ride. Whatever. The thing that I interrupted myself on is that I got like a pop filter or whatever that I'm putting in front of my mic, and I actually look like a professional YouTuber recording this, which I'm definitely not. I'm not professional nor a YouTuber. And I hope it sounds less like I'm farting into your face when I narrate videos now. Maybe, I don't know if it's even working. We're about to find out together when I watch my own video like a vain, selfish person. All right, so I said fast forward 10 minutes. Was I right? Where are we at? 10:33. That's not bad, that advice I gave to motherfuckers. All right, this is your Blue Hawk. I hate that. I hate that so much. I didn't notice that in the park, but I definitely would have been using the F word looking at that in the park if I was paying attention to it. But anyway, I was really hype about going to this park with my buddy because, I mean, I would say in the last decade or 9 years, he's only been on like 3 new coasters. It was like Airy Force 1 and 2 rides at King's Dominion, the 2 out of the 14 that were open, Dominator and Twisted Timbers. I'm like, wow, today we actually get to like add 10 more rides to your credit count, man. And we did. It's pretty sick. So we decided to go to the left instead of to the right because Twisted Cyclone is kind of the proper ride to, end the day on. Obviously, his standards on RMCs were, a little higher considering he had ridden Airy Force 1 the night before. But I mean, Twisted Cyclone, which, by the way, I consider the actual worst RMC, still a wonderful ride, and it was better rides than before that I got, but I still think it's the worst RMC. I mean, it's just not even comparable, those 2 coasters together. It's hilarious. Georgia Scorcher, I didn't ride it this trip, but I did ride it in the previous ones. It's not as good as the Green Lantern thing, like the Great Adventure and Magic Mountain fucking stand-ups. Not as good as those, but it isn't like torturous anus like fucking Vortex at Carowinds is. It isn't that bad. That Vortex at Carowinds is the actual worst B&M. It is a massive turd. It is a fucking piece of shit. Georgia Scorcher isn't that bad. But is it fun? Not really, dude. The bicycle seat and shit, it's like fucking cupping your nuts. I mean, it's not a pleasant experience. Like, the gimmick is all it had, the stand-up model, and boy, did it just sail. Let's see if the pipe, whatever it's called, at SeaWorld Orlando maybe fixes that. But if they still have bicycle seats, it's still gonna suck a fuck because nobody wants their balls fondled on a roller coaster. That sucks dick. I hate that. This is weird. It's like sucks dick and it's like a family. I mean, they don't hear me. They're basically NPCs in this video for you, right? Fuck it. This monster's pretty good. All right. So I was about to say we haven't been advertised candy yet. That was what the sentence I was about to say, and there's the M&Ms. I was opening my mouth to say that. That's funny, Six Flags, you stupid asses. Goliath, I was actually pretty concerned that we wouldn't get to ride that because, and by the way, I think I'm going to pan to it and just focus on it forever because I thought I heard it cycling and I wanted to get that good shot, in my one take. I record the videos basically in one take just as I narrate over them because I don't have a lot of time to make these videos, and I think this lazy format is actually working because, I mean, let's just roll with it. Daredevil Dive. It's okay. It's a Gerstlauer Eurofighter, and there's not a lot to write home about. But wait, I guess I shouldn't start talking about that yet. Oh yeah, this is that moment that I just told you about. I thought I heard it testing. No, it wasn't. It wasn't testing. And I just completely wasted my time. I like the way the cart on Daredevil Dive, like the triangular front kind of looks like a, it's kind of cute actually. There's a stage with nobody performing or doing anything on it. I mean, granted, it's like 11 a.m. on a Sunday, so. All right, so Daredevil Dive. That lift hill, that vertical lift hill, I love how, in the efforts of conserving space, they do this, and as a result, it's like fun. It's really fun. They created a fun element out of space conservation. Like, well done, Gerstlauer. The The one thing I hate the most about this ride is that it's vulnerable to Six Flags syndrome, where there's other Daredevil dives that aren't even fucking roller coasters in the same chain. You know, I hate that so much. Why? How can you spend tens of millions on these machines, but you can't spend like $20 on just getting a fucking patent on a new name? Why do you have to recycle your fucking roller coaster name so much, Six Flags? I hate you for that. Fix that. Salim Basul, are you listening? I know you're not, but if you are, fuck you, first and foremost. And second, please, man. I know this is nowhere near the top of your priorities. I just hate these recycled roller coaster names. They are just the actual worst. I'm narrating over an unlisted video of what you're watching right now that I uploaded to YouTube, and YouTube's suggesting, I've never clicked a baseball video my entire life, but the next suggested video after the thing I'm doing is the dumbest things that have ever happened in baseball from a channel called Baseball Doesn't Exist. Why are you suggesting that? What a shitty algorithm. I guess right now it's just sending whatever, because the next thing is Garib lifestyle vlogs eating a mango. Wow, I guess that's because, my coaster channel, I don't use that to browse YouTube at all, so these suggestions are just whack as fuck. Why am I talking about that? I'm sorry, those gummies are hitting like harder now, like that, can't you tell? So Daredevil Dive is pretty fun. It's just a quick little burst of fun. It does have one thing that, I really should complain about. If there's any roller coaster that you need to get to immediately in this park, it's this, because this gets completely unreasonable lines in 2 seconds. I think it's just, just a limited capacity ride. It'll get to like a 90-minute wait, and I think it got to like a 110-minute wait when we left. So we walked onto that bitch by getting to the park immediately and going to that, which is the way you should do it too, viewer. If you're at Six Flags Over Georgia, go to this first, because the lines get fucked up super easily on this ride, and it's not worth it. It's not worth waiting 110 minutes for Daredevil Dive, I assure you. But is it fun? Yeah, it's pretty smooth. The forces are quite pleasant. I really don't have any complaints about it. It's as just a second coaster, other than just this horrendous ass capacity. Whatever. That'll be a real test of whether this pop filter I got works, because I just blew air into the thing. So let's see what happens. Question mark. Gotham City. And my posture's horrible. It's like my back is on fire. I gotta lean back. My back hurts. I was about to talk more about that, but who cares, right? Have another sip of this monster before it gets warm, Alright, so, man, I'm so baked, I'm forgetting what we're even walking to next. What's after Daredevil? I've been to this park like 4 times. I've been on all the roller coasters here. I was just there, and I have no idea where I'm going right now. This park is actually kind of easy to get lost in. The paths are weird, and then there's like very, very, V-E-R-Y, varied, V-A-R-I-E-D, topography. And it's kind of weird. So if you get lost in this park, know that it happened to me too, and it's like actively happening to me as I'm walking and narrating this video. I'm lost at Six Flags Over Georgia right along with you. It's wild. Oh yeah. That's right. If you hook over to that corner, you go to Batman, the goddamn fucking route. Yeah. Kid Flash, Cosmic. That's a horrible name. Kid Flash? Think about that from a, that's rude. I don't like that name. To the left is one of them beautiful motherfucking Schwarzkopfs, baby. I love Schwarzkopf. The first visit that I had at Over Georgia, I didn't get to ride this because they were refurbishing it. They had freshly painted it, whatever. East Roller Coaster Landmark. Ace, American Coaster Enthusiast, bitch. You should be an ACE member or like Buzzed Bars or one of those, because like you need to be in a coaster club. Like that's the thing to do in 2023. Just letting you know about that shit. I didn't get to ride it with the old trains, which is a real fucking tragedy, because like 90 minutes. This is not worth waiting 90 minutes, I don't think. I mean, if you hadn't ridden the credit before, then yes, absolutely. I heard that it used to be on the same level as Shockwave at Over Texas. And with the old trains and these new trains, just I don't think so. I have Riddler ranked around like my 90s and Shockwave in my low 40s, like, or upper 40s. Like I have it ranked like with lightning run equivalent in my opinion. Like that's how much I like that roller coaster. Riddler Mindbender doesn't do that, but the loops are still great. Those positive G-forces glue you to your seat, and it's a very, very pleasant feeling. It feels like a warm blanket. You know those weighted warm blankets? It feels like the coaster is throwing that at you. It's a soothing intensity, as weird as that sounds. Like, but if you've been on one of these Schwarzkopf loopers, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. I love this ride. It's a great ride, and I'm gonna ride it every time I'm at Over Georgia. I really, really like how it's around all the trees and shit, and just pretend that I know how to compliment beauty. I really don't know how to do all that. So I'm believing that the next thing we're gonna do is go to Batman the fucking thing. I hadn't actually ridden Batman in my last 3 trips because it's Batman, and there's plenty of them. And I was like, well, we're gonna do it now because my friend hadn't been on a goddamn B&M invert since Raptor at Cedar Point in 2013. Like that was like the last time. So I'm like, well, shit. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. I'm going to lie to myself and pretend that I've never been on a Batman the Ride, and I'm going to just give my honest opinion. And it was fun. I'm gonna admit I had fun on Batman the Ride for the first time in a minute. But it's still like rides like Banshee and wow, I'm so high that I'm forgetting to name any. Montu, Nemesis, they completely thunder shit on Batman the Ride. It's no. You know that these were designed to be in a compact footprint. They get their shit done. They're great rides. The general public absolutely adores them, but no way. Top tier B&M invert my fucking ass, and people who say that just have nostalgia about Batman. It's not like that. No way. But is it a fun ride? Yeah, absolutely. Like if I had a Batman like in my city down the street, I'd just swallow my pride and marathon Batman all day. But I live in New Orleans, where I already talked enough about that. Living in New Orleans as a roller coaster enthusiast is actually the worst thing. Look at this fucking shit. So look, check this out. I have something to say. You see those Vespi or whatever shoes? I forget what they're called. Vessi. I was watching an El Toro Ryan video, and he advertised them because the actual largest source of horror at an amusement park is wet socks. Because wet socks, it's like wearing it's a torture device. It ruins my day so much to have wet socks. That's why, like, when it's a rainy day, I'll have like extra socks in my pocket, like my cargo pocket, just so I can throw those socks away and have dry socks. Like, it's seriously. So I fucking saw the ad for those shoes, and I'm like, you know what? This is a need that I have as a consumer, and I want to support El Toro Ryan. I put in his code, and up until that point, they were slapping. They were good. Like, I walked in the puddles and shit, and nothing happened. And I've been wearing it for, 6 months now? But I'm, unfortunately, I don't know if it's just the shoes I got, but one of them in the top, which is a weird place for it to happen, the water crept in. So it was like between, like, my middle toes, I got like that wet spot, but it was nowhere near like actual wet socks, but it was compromised, and that was a real bummer. I remember feeling the cold water on my toes. I'm like, oh no, I trusted you, Ryan. I know it's not your fault. I know you just accepted sponsorship money, and like, that's my dream, that one day I'll have enough of an audience that gives a fuck about my stupid shit to where, like, that's how you make money on YouTube. It's not about the AdSense revenue, fucking $4 CPM. Who gives a shit about that? It's about the fucking mad sponsor money, man. Dollar Shave Club or whatever the fuck. I can't wait until that happens, I guess. Because, like, I have another fucking YouTube channel that could never be monetized, like Funbox Karaoke. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to be able to monetize that shit because it's all copyrighted music, and I'm just doing it because I love it or whatever. But this channel, I do love it and all that, but it would be really nice to, like, have my coaster travels paid for by this nonsense. So please support me if you care, and if you don't care, then don't support me. You have the right to do whatever you want with your life. This fucking monster's good right now, man. Alright, so we're walking into this gift shop where I cannot believe it, but Six Flags did something with money that was pleasant. They lowered their prices on water. It used to be like 2 for $8, and they're advertising that to you like it's a bargain, like you hop on this deal now. It was like 2 for $7 now. And I still have my $7.02 a month gold pass thing that I got at Fiesta Texas a few years ago. And there's like a big discount, so it ended up being like $6. I'm sitting here like praising $3 water. Well, anyway, Six Flags lowered prices. That's cool. You'd never think they would do that, right? So I think what we're doing, okay, I'm not lost in the park anymore right now, at least temporarily not lost. We're walking to Goliath, right? Yeah. So I was actually concerned because up until that point, I didn't see that fucking roller coaster Cyclone. I'm like, dude, don't be closed, you bitch. This is a rare park where the RMC is not the best ride. Are there any others other than Over Georgia and Kentucky Kingdom where the RMC isn't the best ride in the park? There's maybe Six Flags New England. I don't know. I haven't been. I don't know. Well, this is one of those parks. In Goliath, I can be an occasional B&M hater, but that is definitely the best ride in this amusement park. I'm walking so slow. What am I doing? Like checking my phone while recording for YouTube? It's insane. I'm awful at what I do. All right, so it is the best ride in this park. The forces are really nice. I don't know if I agree with, like, I just saw a Coaster Dash vlog where he's like, Mako who? Diamondback who? I don't agree with that at all. Diamondback and Mako are better, but this is number 3. I'll give it that. This is the number 3 B&M Hyper, and it really has excellent forces. It's one of those rare B&Ms that, look at this kid, dude. I'm at a Six Flags and I'm having a great day. Good for you, buddy. All right, so, oh my back, god damn, I need to stretch more. I'm old. I'm 35. How old did you think I was? 35, kids. Yeah, that's why I sound like that. What I just said makes no sense. I don't know why I said that. All right, so Goliath is great. I really like how I believe this is probably the first train I saw cycling, so I was very happy. I'm sure I was giggling when I was there. So I really like how it just fucks off out of the park. It's got its own setting, just kind of doing its own thing. And then when it comes back, it's got those very aggressive hills, like over other people. And it's a cathartic ride. Like, it just feels great. You just feel like loosened up and happy at the end of it. Like, and then it's coming in hot into the brake run at the end. Like, it has no dull moments. Great ride. Fucking love Goliath. Right now we're looking at Daredevil Dive again. Oh, what? Okay, that's right, because you have to like hook around to go to the Schwarzkopf and the Batman, and you come back, and that's why it's there. Okay. There's another part of this park where I get fucking lost in too, like where the mine train is and shit, like Dahlonega mine train and shit. And then they have like some pendulum flat thing. Like, I don't know why I'm talking about being lost. I just want to be as transparent as possible when I record these YouTube videos, so that like there's no skeletons anyone will ever find about me because I just overshare.com. That's kind of my style in life. And yeah, so when you see me at Hollywood Nights, you'd be like, were you playing for the camera? And like, no, first of all, I'm not even on the camera, and this is my actual personality, except it's exacerbated by, you know, marijuana and caffeine and whatnot. But yeah, pretty repulsive, huh? All right, so my friend Lacey, who's gonna be traveling with me in my my upcoming trip that I'm doing to like a shitload of parks. She loves those little squishmallow, did I pronounce that correctly, bullshits? And like, we have to like dedicate 15-20 minutes at every amusement park for her to just see the assortment, so she can just add one to her cult-like collection of those things at home. It's crazy. There's so many of them. I can see they're cute though, but yeah, there is a market for those things, and it's women. All right, so we're walking to Goliath. I'm pretty sure I do the entire walk in. I talked a lot about Goliath, so it's kind of hard to continue talking about Goliath. Zombie Labs, what even is that? Is that just like, is that like the break room for the employees? Like, what even is that? If you work at this place, tell me what it is. I'm sure it's like a former ride, and I'm just a dumbass. I'm so baked, dude. Oh man. So thanks to that. Thanks to me being high, I'm gonna smoke a little bit more. Guys, if you need to improve your life, don't follow my example. Don't do any of this shit. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. Like if you're hungry, drink water. If you need to get laid, drink water. If you have bills to pay, drink water. Like just there's no other precedent needed. Just drink your water. There's an advertising. What even is that? What kind of cartoon? It's Supergirl. Who watches that? That sounds like not entertainment. Whatever. Hold on. Oh yeah, that guy's like, hey, someone's filming me, I matter. Yep, thanks guy. Thanks for your cameo. I don't know your name or your life story, but glad you're here, buddy. Look at this beautiful day, by the way. So, I like how everything kind of worked out on my trip, because on Saturday it was just, fuck, man. Rainy as a ball sack. It was the worst. And then like on Sunday, we succeeded at doing a complete circumnavigation around the park. Look at the plane. Like that's a great shot, right? Since we're near the airport and shit. Dropping Goliath with a commercial airliner in the backdrop. That's pretty cool. Trash. Shit, they need to empty that trash can. I'm not gonna complain because it's not overflowing yet, but it's quite close. Holy, what am I talking about? I'm delirious right now. Wow, those gummies, they're so affordable and they get me absolutely woohoo! All right, so we're leaving Goliath, and I kind of regret that we didn't get more rides on it, because we were talking about maybe just getting like two or three more rides once we finished getting all the credits in the park. And that didn't happen because the crowd started arriving. You know, those people, like all of them, yeah, they showed up. They finished having family time and they went to their nearby park, and I hope they had a great day. I'm jealous of them living near a park with like a dozen roller coasters. I'm so happy for you. I envy you. I just have to spend crazy money and turn down gigs so that I can go and do this. And I'm going to keep doing this. Like thousands of dollars a year, this fucking hobby, and I'm gonna keep doing it. It's like it's kind of, I can't really be upset about that. You could have a gambling addiction or something. I have a traveling for roller coasters addiction, and it's like the best addiction because like you meet such quality people. When I travel alone to an amusement park, there is a 50-60% chance I'm gonna run into someone from another part of the country who just happened to have been there that day, who's known me and like, hey, how's your last 6 months been? It's like a freaking secret society, especially when you have enthusiast events. And you get to explore other parts of the country. Like, if you live in just generic, miserable suburbia, go to Silver Dollar City. Branson, Missouri is the most beautiful getaway fucking shit. It looks nothing like where you live. And this hobby forces you to go to places like that. Like the culture element, just seeing how people behave different in other parts of the country. Like Amarillo, Texas, when I was there in Wonderland, you could tell those people have never left Amarillo. The whole city was like a time capsule with like abandonment and shit. I mean, like that park, Amarillo, Wonderland, every ride, every guest, and everything looked like it was in the 70s. It was a marvel to look at that shit. It was weird. Drinking this on. And you get exposure to that. And like last year I went to 18 states. Like kids, when you have money and don't have kids, don't do all that stupid shit, just spend money on this. It's like the best. So I'm gonna keep doing this for like the rest of my life. And what I really like about this hobby is that you can't age out. Like you go to these enthusiast events, you have people who are 12 and 80 at the same time. Like American Coaster Enthusiasts, I think all of the board members are grandparents and shit. I think that's fucking cool as hell because, you know, it's so inclusive. The whole community is just like the most overly kind, nice, pleasant people. yeah, if you're kind of just dabbling into the idea of getting into this hobby, just plunge into it and get in debt, and don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't listen to that. I am in a little bit of debt because of bad decisions, because I actually never paid 1 cent in credit card interest until like a fucking year ago, and now it's bad because, hey, look, I got the house and the car already. What else do I need an 800 credit score for anymore, you know? Like, oh, I don't need it. So I'm just gonna travel a little bit extra, and my goal, at least with this, is that the $8,000 a year I spend on this fucking hobby, which I'm never gonna stop doing, will maybe be funded by this channel. That's like a pipe dream, I know, but like maybe one time. All right. So oh god, this filming is fucking horrible. I'm giving myself a headache, like it's crazy. So map key, first aid, restroom. I have a feeling that like panning to this is valuable to somebody. Like, you know, if you watching these videos with me, part of the atmosphere is just being a guest yourself, right? Like the whole, first person point of view perspective, whatever. So there's the park map. Macho, whatever. It's very 4 out of 10. Only eat there if you're baked or you're famished and it's the only option, because there's way better options than that. So, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the downhill thing. Which way am I going? Oh yeah, I'm getting lost again. What's next? I think it might be Joker Funhouse. Yeah, I think that's right. Man, where are we going, dude? You get lost in this bitch. Like, there's another park map. They're like, here, son, here's where we just got lost. I mean, damn, dude. I mean, look, I'm projecting onto those guests who probably know where everything is. Like, oh, here, I have memories of this ride from the 70s. It's not there anymore. Here's where it was. I'm sure, like, that's the conversation, and I'm just being a dildo. Where are we freaking going? Oh, I have water here. I'm telling you, kids, drink water while I'm scratching my nose, having allergies. Hey, Dahlonega Mine Train, let's go. Drinking my water. That is such a fucking good mine train. Like top 3, top 4 mine trains for me. I love like just multiple lift hills. It's so pleasant. What I really love about those aero mine trains is when you're you've kind of had dopamine exhaustion. Why did I end to restart exactly in the same place? Waste of time. When you're just exhausted and you just want to vibe out. There's only one other thing that I think compares. It's mock bobsleds and aero mine trains, where you just sit and just relax, bitch. It's pleasant, and there are enough forces where you're not like completely losing your dopamine rush, but you're just vibing. That's what I'm talking about, dude. So we're around Joker Funhouse, right? So I had been to this park 3 times, 3 separate visits, or like multiple days even on 2 of them, and that fucking roller coaster was never open. I'm like, I hate this. Is this just an abandoned ride? Like, does it actually run? Like, allegedly run? And it did this trip. I'm like, oh shit. Credit number 325 in this bitch. Got it in the bag. I think at this point I still didn't see it running. So I'm like, it's gonna be 0 for 4. I don't want to be 0 for 4 on any roller coaster in any park ever. That sucks ass. I'm already 0 for 2 on Intimidator 305, 2 visits to King's Dominion, and I still haven't ridden my number 1 bucket list coaster, which is the worst, and it makes me say the word fuck a lot. I'm just getting angry over nothing. Yeah, but look, please, like, we open your coasters more. What is this right here? What? I mean, that's not attractive. Put some tarp over it or something like Six Flags America does. Actually, see, this is Six Flagsiness right here, folks. Ooh, I use the word fuck. I hate that fucking word. Why'd I use that? Oh, no. Slap myself for doing that shit. That's awful. I hate that word. Anyway, they don't hide their inadequacies. They're like, look, the guests they live here, and this is their only option anyway. Oh, I guess there's one spot, but in general, this is it. And just take it or leave it. We're not going to clean this up because we're already defunding things and not paying our employees well enough. Like, we got to cut corners, and so that shareholders can have more money, and inequality, all that good stuff. Bad stuff, actually. Oh my god. So, you know what? Those kids, that just jumping around, like I'm having a great day. Like I love the vibe of that. Like that's what an amusement park is supposed to do, right? Like you're supposed to go to this place and go from frowning to smiling. And I do hear that Six Flags Over Georgia has like the really, really, really bad days and like 2.5 hour waits and shit. And I haven't been exposed to that because I plan my trips well. I have a video that kind of bombed from 10 days ago that you should watch with a veteran coaster credit collecting road trip thing. It's actually good. There's a guide attached to it which might change your life. You should go check that out. Okay, so we're walking over to what happened to Joker Fun. I never recorded it. I really thought I recorded Joker Funhouse coaster. Maybe I just didn't hit start recording. That happened before. When I was at Six Flags America, most of my quality mind eraser footage, I was walking around with the GoPro thinking it was recording and it wasn't. And I discovered that I didn't record it while narrating the YouTube video. Kind of similarly to what's happening right now. I'm stupid. So there's Superman, a ride name you've never... Dippin' Dots. I've actually been faltering. I haven't been calling out Dippin' Dots in videos. I'm going to start doing that again because I'm, trying to force a meme and it's not working. Superman Ultimate, I just walked 25 extra steps. It's such a weird experience, this thing, because it's less like flying and more like a giant is like holding you, dangling by his fingers or whatever, and your body, like, how like when you, I know perfectly how to describe it. You know how like when you have a guest in Roller Coaster Tycoon and you need to pluck them to drop them like in the water to make them drown and shit? Like they're dangling like lifelessly like a fucking ragdoll corpse thing. That is what it feels like to be on a B&M flyer. It's not attractive, but it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good ride and it's an extremely different experience than like every other ride in the park. So it's great to have that, but it's weird as shit. And the problem with the Superman flyers is that they don't have anything extra to get over the fact that the experience feels a little weird or to actually thrill you properly. So you got like Tatsu and Manta and shit, which just defecate on this. Just absolutely fucking shits on Superman. Like, I have those ranked like in my 50s or 60s or some shit, and this is like 200. I mean, and then it's got the Six Flags syndrome where it's cloned multiple times, so it's not interesting when you see it in another park. But I mean, yeah, I guess the average Six Flags go, what is this? It's like, you check out the trash. Like, what is this? Look at this, like, fucking just HDMI cable or whatever plug. Yeah, that's what it is, just dangling there. They don't give a fuck. When Six Flags cuts budgets, they just put it out there for you to see it, man. Like, it's just ugly. I mean, Salim Basul is a champion. Fucking Monster's still cold. Not bad. You see how long this motherfucking walk? Look at this trash can barricades. I'm just loving this Six Flags experience. Whew. This is such a long walk. So even though this ride was a fucking walk-on-ish, or what do you call this? It's pretty walk-on, right? Station way. Look at that. You see? Look at me. Does that look like you're flying? Looks like you're about to take it up the ass. Like, it doesn't look like you're fucking. It sucks, but it's fun. It's a good experience. But flying is a real misnomer. That's not. I don't think that's what you're doing. You're not flying. You're farting. I mean, yeah. Sorry about this giggle fit. I know it's unprofessional, but I'm just high as shit right now. There's so much. So even though there is no wait, that was still like an 8-minute wait because of the walk and a half you have to do to the ride. I mean, it's no Boss at Six Flags St. Louis walking, but it's too much. Why do they do that? I mean, I like how in other parks, yeah, if you have a line that, God forbid, gets that long, that you can like break it off and it's like an extra section, like at Holiday World and the Voyage, they have like the under the station part that you can have guests wait in, but you don't use it if you don't need to use it. Design your exits better, and at entrances, like you general, owners of amusement parks listening to this video, taking advice from some fucking guy. I'm sure that's happening. Walking through another gift shop where they're selling, just generic fucking merchandise from a Six Flags, and then we see my baby, Great American Scream Machine, in this bitch. So let me tell you about this. It is a really picturesque setting for a PTC. It looks really good. I think that the Americana colors, the red, white, blue shit, only looks good on wooden coasters and not on Air Force One. It looks like crap on Air Force One, but it looks great on wood coasters. Being like over the water half of the time, it's a very liberating experience, especially now that I know that people who've been to Six Flags over Georgia before, like, what do you think liberating? It feels like losing a fight. Yeah, I know it used to be like that. Which, by the way, I loved the bruisey, violent version of what this used to be, but they retracted. It's not like that anymore. It's a lot smoother. It's still got that whole, old school wood coaster rattle, but it's nothing like it used to be. Went up my rankings like 20, 25 spots. I had this thing ranked along with like every other PTC except Phoenix. Like they were grouped together in my like 130s or something. This one jumped up to like 102 by itself because that retracking made it way better. It's a great experience. They did take away one thing that makes me really sad, and there was this shit where when it arrived in the station every time, and it's a previous version, it's violent version, where I would always be in the back row, and it had the most hilarious visual I've ever freaking seen, where I'm telling my friend, by the way, here, to just go ahead and ride the ride because I was he doesn't get his picture taken much. I was like, look, you're just gonna be in my video, and I'll take a picture of you when you're on the ride or something. I really didn't know what I was going for. I was kind of just winging it. Blue Hawk over there with the fastest lift hill in the country. I didn't finish saying my stupid shit about the back row. So when it hits the brake run, previously in old version of this ride, not the current one, when it hits the brake run, there's a whiplash moment where every single person in the train, their bodies, their upper torsos shoot forward and then slam back in unison. Every single person gets like bitch slapped by the fucking brake run at the exact same time, and the visual was hilarious. Like, I'm already giggling from having a really good ride on a fun roller coaster after being beaten up in the old version, and then it just ends with people being smacked. It was really fucking funny. So yeah, I think I stay on this shot like an outrageously long amount of time because they just sent the train, and I was like, well, I want to wait for my friend's train to get there. And so I just hold this shot because I don't know how to edit, don't know how to live. I do know how to live. I don't know why I said that. Stupid words. I don't like that. Anyway, so his train's coming, and see, I got my phone. See, look, receipts on me telling you the truth about my narration and shit. So I don't know if you get to see it. I don't think I have the camera pointed in the right direction, but he definitely flips me off, which made for a great picture. Like, he posted that. Like, he hadn't posted on Facebook in like a year, and he's like, dude took a picture of me on Great American Scream Machine. Here you go, baby. And it's just him flipping off the fucking camera with like sunglasses on and shit. And it's like his mom was like, I'm not proud of you, son, or whatever. It's really funny. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'm still on this shot. Oh yeah, one thing you will get is the entire lift hill experience on Blue Hawk. Except not. I lied to you. It's the slowest lift hill on planet Earth. It's insane. And that's actually a fucking fun element. And I'm not sure whether I even recorded Blue Hawk in this video. How much time is this? Fucking 10 minutes left? I don't think I did. So let me talk about Blue Hawk. Apparently it used to be a completely rough piece of garbage, but it isn't anymore. And I like it. The restraints aren't incredible, but it's pleasant. It's nice, and the spaghetti element, the head choppers over and over again. I like it. If I'm in an ideal day at a Six Flags like this, I'll ride it like 2 or 3 times. Like, it's worth it. It's a very, very, very interestingly. It kind of feels like you have like Poltergeist or something, except weirder and like tight and I wouldn't say shitty, but maybe a little jankier. But it's kind of nice. It's fun. Where am I walking? Oh, wait, this is when I got the Joker Funhouse? Did I even put these videos in the correct order? I might not have. Or maybe I did. I don't know, man. It's an hour's worth of footage, so it's really convenient that you can predict. I can get a very, very good prediction of how much I've recorded, because the GoPro battery, of which I have 2, dies at exactly an hour, and this video dies and ends abruptly right when I get to Twisted Cyclone, which is perfect closure. But at 1 hour, the battery dies, and this video, I believe I'm looking at it, is 1 hour on the nose, which is kind of fun. I don't know why I'm even sharing that. This little is this the Funhouse? It's not very fun. Sucks fucking ass, actually. Who wants to be in there? Stupid prizes, Bugs Bunny. Why am I in the kids area? Why am I? I don't think that this video is placed in the correct order, and that's bugging me. But I mean, I'm never recording another take on this. I just have to accept the next thing you know, I'm gonna have like GoPro footage, like not even at an amusement park in this video, and I have to explain myself. Man, all right. So let me adjust for the 18th time this video. What am I filming? I don't care. Look, that ride right there, that is the most wimpy little bullshit. The kids, it's like an SNS drop tower, except nerfed by 99%. It's such a fucking shitty ride. I've never seen kids smiling on it. All the kids are like begrudgingly riding that thing. I don't know who the manufacturer is, but those things suck. The kids don't like them. The adults force their kids on it. They need to get rid of those shits. Fuck them. Not the kids. I mean, granted, this is out of order. God damn it. How did that even happen? Well, there's the Blue Hawk slope. I promise this is definitely out of order. That's really funny. Oh, I know why. Because GoPro fucking videos, when they go over like 5 minutes and 20 seconds or 4 gigabytes or whatever, the naming. So I'm looking at GX010289. The way that, do you see him flipping off? Do you see him flipping? Oh no! You see he's returning his finger. He did just flip off the camera. So it's 10289. When it goes past the 5-minute mark, instead of being something reasonable like 10290, it's 20289. So I put the fucking things in like alphabetical order or something, and it came out completely wrong because the way that GoPros number videos is fundamentally fucking stupid. And it's confusing, and that's right. Like at every video, I have to go and rename them to just 01, 02, 03, 04, or everything's completely out of order. Damn it. All right. So there's 7 minutes left, and I have no idea what's ahead. I kind of want to just sneak pre. Oh, I can, because I'm watching this as an unlisted YouTube video, so I know. Okay, so blue. I'm cheating. Actually, this is me cheating on my format. I'm gonna pan. I'm not gonna have my mouse over that because it's supposed to be like a React element, right? Like I'm so delirious that I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I didn't even remember that I recorded in the station. So yeah, you see this long ass train. At the end of it, there was that in previous version of Great American Scream Machine, where everyone would get bitch slapped at the end, and they open air quote fixed it, and it doesn't happen anymore. It kind of gives you a nice comfortable break. And I'm like, I was so sad because I was hyping up to my friend how funny that moment is, and it doesn't happen anymore. I was like, what an actual tragedy. I need everyone to cry for me on this, man. Okay, so there is Blue Hawk, completely out of order. Here's me walking past it. I already talked about it, so now the timing of all of this is fucked up. I like how like most of the guests here don't give a fuck about it, so even on a day where there are some lines, you're not really waiting on that too much. It's very blue, and I like that. And you can see I'm running out of things to say. So there it is. There's the Snickers advertisement. You're always gonna see that shit if you're at a Six Flags. I'm not probably hungry. I'm probably sick of your fucking lame marketing. We're at the park to have fun, not what the fuck is. We're eating turkey legs and some guy stuffing a chicken. What the fuck? What the fuck? I completely forgot I recorded that bullshit. It's just such a fucking shitty video. Oh, and I'm filming the abandonment again. What am I doing? What is even happening? What am I filming? Did I know that I was filming? Is this me attempting to get footage of the mine train? Damn. This, if you're still watching at, what are we at? 55 minutes and 46 seconds? Either you're crazy or something about this whack-ass formula actually works, or I'm crazy. It's one of those things. I'm happy for this moment. You know, the 8 of you who are still here. If so, like, leave a comment saying I was here, or don't. You don't have to feel like you don't have to feel influenced just because I said for you to do something. So consider it. You know. By the way, that's. On my other channel, I get requests a lot because it's a fucking karaoke channel. The people who say, hey, do this, like, make this for me, it's rude as fuck. But if they say, please consider doing this, the niceness of it makes me so much more inclined to be like, yeah, I'll do that for you. So next time you want something from someone, say, like, please consider if it's okay with you. Something that gives them the option to say no to you. Kindness goes a long way, motherfuckers. You know, just fuck it. What am I doing? Where am I walking? I'm really hoping now that the little closure thing to Twisted Cyclone even happens. It's 57 minutes in, and I'm still at Joker Funhouse Coaster. I'm trying to remember where the fuck in the park this ride even is. So fucking confused. This whole video is completely out of order. I don't know, man. I'm very happy that there's only 3 minutes left in this video. This guy looking at me like, why are you filming me, bitch? It's because you're an NPC, and as is that guy, as are those children, and everyone. These people don't exist. They're just backdrops for my selfish YouTube video, you know, TikTok energy. Fucking JB Sports Bar and Grill or whatever. Didn't eat there. Got nothing to tell you. Where are we? What's going on? Spring break, Six Flags spring break. Thanks for sharing. Like, what are they accomplishing with that? What are they telling us? Six Flags spring break. How is that making them more money? How is that enhancing the customer experience whatsoever to just say spring break? Seriously, I went to school for this, and I think it's pointless and stupid. Someone enlighten me on why they would just have multiple all over the place. How is it enhancing the atmosphere? It's not. Dippin' Dots over there. Go spend way too much money on, like, overpriced ice cream with pretty good texture. It's like, I have one of those, like, down the street from my house. There's like a fucking discount zone gas station that has Dippin' Dots. And when you're just in the way that I usually am all the time, you know, it hits the spot at 4 a.m. It really does. Dahlonega, there it is. Okay, so at least I have footage of Twisted Cyclone. Wait, there was a shitload of Twisted Cyclone footage in the beginning of the video. That's right. I already talked about the mine train. It's a great experience. And look, see now you see how it's starting to crowd up. We're finally to the point where there are actual waits because families are now arriving, and we're like, well, that's our cue to get the fuck out of here. There's Twisted Cyclone, and I've been on, like, what, 12, 13 RMCs, something like that. About to get 14th of the Goliath. Great America, you know, just a different Goliath. Every Goliath has nothing to do with every fucking Goliath. I still think it's the lowest, it's the worst RMC, but it's still a fucking awesome ride. I love it. The forces are super intense. The compactness does make it unique. and it's a pretty sick experience as a result of that. And by the way, I'm looking at my video. I'm like, dude, there's 1% battery left. Let me just like squeeze out the whatever footage, and well, as a result, my battery is about to die. Dippin' Dots, saying that again. 18 seconds left, so I might as well do some closure or whatever. Thanks for watching this horrendous monstrosity of a video. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have I hope you don't have a Six Flags day, because when they tell you that at a Six Flags, that's actually telling you to fuck off. Just wanted you to know that. I'm done though.